Hey, what's up? And welcome to the Adventures of Jerkface, a place where we tell silly stories about serious topics. Thanks for checking us out. Each week, we give some thoughts and tips to help you become the best version of you. I'm your host, Brian, and let's get started. The Adventures of Jerkface is an intersection of good storytelling, theological mindfulness, practical psychology, and life-tested tools to help people get unstuck with the stuff of life that keeps us from living free. Jerkface started as a parable to help counseling students at a graduate school understand the kind of process a person might go through in a therapeutic setting. It looks at the transition from unknowingly and habitually living off the mark of who they want to be towards becoming more of a spontaneous version of their best self, even and especially around other jerkfaces. Over the years, the story of Jerkface has morphed into a series of theological and psychological questions as to both why we are not often living as free as we possibly can and what can be done about it to help us live in ways that are jerk-faced upon less and less. The ideas presented in this podcast help address these questions, as well as to bring clarity to the roadblocks we face. More importantly, my hope is to give practical ways to live a free life that's been experimented with in my life's wrestling matches at Jerkface, 20 plus years of pastoring Jerkfaces, and over a decade working in the mental health field. Jerkface in some ways is autobiographical, but it's really just a sketchbook of more conversations than I can count with friends or clients, congregants, coworkers, professors, counselors, supervisors, patients, family, pastors, employees, and fellow Jerkfaces, myself, and my God. All the episodes revolve around the Jerkface roadmap, but look at each stage from 4 distinct yet overlapping perspectives. The theologian, the counselor, the spotter, and the storyteller. For example, when we dive into the when prompted stage, we'll have a separate episode from each vantage point. First, we'll meet the theologian. He's the one who digs into the scriptures to help understand better what the Bible says and how we can apply it to the Jerkface story. He'll be taking us through Romans chapter 7 and the first verse of Romans chapter 8. After that, we'll hang out with the counselor. He's the one who studies the soul. He hopes to help us understand ourselves better so that the psyche doesn't keep going down the wrong track. The third person in our group of Jerkfaces is the spotter. His job is to spot you in the same way a physical trainer at the gym might help you out with new skills and tools to use, tips for things to watch out for, and to spur you on when you feel like quitting. The last person you'll meet is the storyteller. That's actually just me, Brian. Well, they all are, but these episodes are different stories of my life where I transition through the different phases of the Jerkface roadmap. I believe the shortest distance between two people is a good story. Therefore, I've included a lot of stories, odd experiences, and screw-ups for both their simple entertainment value and their ability to teach. Throughout history, instructions have been given in the form of a story, and this is a tradition I'm attempting to borrow from. Stories often make difficult concepts easier to grasp and forgettable instructions easier to remember. Many of the stories presented here involve my own misunderstandings and struggles with the concepts along the way. I believe there's real value in looking back at the mistakes that are made and sharing those with you, because that's where the learning took place, and it's from these very same experiences that I hope to help you discover your own freedom from your own ways of being a jerkface. All that to say, this is the story called Adventures of Jerkface, a silly story about a serious topic, the long process of transformation. Thanks for joining us this week on Adventures of Jerkface. Make sure to visit us on social media or on our website, jerkfacepodcast.com, where you can subscribe to the podcast. You can also subscribe on your favorite podcast app
look for Adventures of Jerkface, or if you want to watch the show in video format, check us out on the Jerkface Podcast YouTube channel. And until we meet again, stay prompted, Jerkfaces.